have to refresh this. Let's see. All right, cool. How do I get back to the home screen? There we go. What's up, everyone? I should be live now, hopefully. All right, there we go. I'm live. Give me 1 sec. Live now, hopefully. All right, cool. I sound fine. I was kind of worried about my mic and all that stuff. I know some people were saying on my collectible stream, I sounded kind of quiet when I was on there the other day, so I was kind of surprised. What's up, everyone? I went with some red today. So we did red for Red Hulk. Dude, should we also do, see if I can do a little bit of red in the background lights too. Let's see. Let's just go all red for Red Hulk, you know? Might as well. Let's see how red I can get this. It's pretty red. Yeah, look at that. Full red with some blue lights. Can I change the laser colors in the back? I don't think so. I think it's always blue. Yeah, it's always blue. Oh well, I mean we got a lot of red going on, so we'll take it. We'll take all the red. Is it even on here yet? It is. There it is, dude. That looks awesome. What's up, everyone? Daniel Marquez, I know he was here way earlier. He's always here right when I put on the stream that I'm like, you know, hey, I'm gonna start at 7:30 or whatever time. That 104 minutes to go. Always missed ya, as always, vibes. Yeah, it's okay. Choo Choo, thank you so much, dude, for joining the comment gang. Thanks for coming back. Fun under the sun, always an amazing person in the community. I see you all around, dude. I'm trying to remember, do you live in Hawaii? We have quite a few people that live like on the West Coast or like pretty deep, you know, west of here. I feel like we have a decent amount of East Coast people, but we have a decent amount of West Coast people too. There's been a couple times where I actually streamed like early in the day, like on a weekend, and I get a whole bunch of new people I hardly ever see just because of the time zone difference. So we'll see with my work and stuff, but I might do like 2 different streams. I might do some like late night. This isn't that much of a late night stream. God, I remember back in the day, my streams would start at like 10 o'clock or like 11 o'clock Pacific time. And it'd be like super late. I think that's a little bit too late for most people, but I think I do want to mix it up between like early and late streams for the most part. Smarty Pants, what's up, dude? Let's go. I'll be stacking 5 of each Hulk to get 5 airdrops. That's smart, and I kind of wish I did that, dude. I wish I bought so many more Hulks earlier, like the normal Hulks, because he's double this price now. What's he at right now? I have one of him. Yeah, he's at 82 when. Let's see if VMate will show it. It's like Hulk. I mean, he was below retail, right? Like a month ago. So let's take a quick look. Because it was about a month ago, I believe, is when he was. That's when all the hype was happening, and there was like people were literally counting down. They're like, all right, there's 1,000 in the store, then 800, then 600. Like that last like 800 mints just like disappeared within like 6 hours. It was crazy. I remember my friend telling me like, hey man, like a lot of people are talking on Twitter about you know, Hulk and how it's undervalued and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Or on Spaces, and then like he texts me 2 hours later. He's like, hey man, like they're about to sell out. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's like 1,500 left in the store. He's like, yeah, like they're gonna sell out. Like there's already 800, and people are saying they're gonna buy more. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so May 22nd. Yeah, about a month ago, this thing was going for 43 gems. Now it's at 83, so it's pretty much doubled in value in about a month. I mean, that's pretty darn good for really anything. That's Straight G. How is this day treating you? Good. I mean, I had a good workout this morning. I did another like short workout after work. Today at work was pretty brutal, to be honest. Just in my industry, I'm sure just most industries, just like the Mondays are always just the worst because everyone is just waiting to, you know, do whatever they need to do, and they call in on Monday, and everyone wants to do it on Monday. And of course, sometimes they wait to the last minute, but it happens. Let's go, Vibes. What's up, dude? And dude, thanks again for joining the comment gang. Are you picking up Thanos? I already have a Thanos. I don't have the, where is it? I guess I'll just go to my collection. I mean, I have them right here. It's right there in the middle. I mean, I only got the Philosopher one, not the, Battle Thanos. At least not yet. Yeah, I bought them all under retail so far. Yeah, I wish I did that. I mean, I don't know, I guess I kind of shoot myself in the foot because at the very least, I knew Hulk was undervalued, but I thought we had more time. But I was kind of just waiting for more X-Men. Because I really think when Veve announces like the next X-Men collectible, like, who knows, Cyclops, Gambit, Wolverine, you know, whoever. I think at that point they're going to like open the floodgates and like, okay, cool, now every 2 weeks we're going to drop an X-Men like collectible. And knowing me, I definitely want the set, or at least like the team. And then also with this comic coming up, this is like a pretty big comic. It's definitely a key comic. This one, not this one. X-Men 94. Like, it's a pretty key comic just because it's the whole story that, I mean, Chris Claremont kind of kicked off the whole story and basically rebooted like the whole like X-Men arguably like franchise, and that's what like made it popular again. So this is like definitely like a key comic. I mean, personally, I'm still trying to think of like some sort of excuse to just like tell my manager really quick at work of like why I'm gonna be late, because I start work right at 8:30, and then at that point I'm like, I'm taking calls and all that stuff, so I want longer than 10 or 15 minutes to snipe in the market after this drops. So, and is this okay? So it's not waitlist. It's just a normal drop, which is good. Only 7,500 mints too on this, which is pretty nutty. Yeah, only 7,500 mints. I kind of wish they showed how many mints there were like on this screen instead of just saying 1 in, you know, 21 chance or whatever. Like, just tell us how many mints there are for each rarity. Maybe there is a section for that. Comics. Maybe it's like in here. I think it's the exact same page now. Yeah, that's one thing I wish they would kind of fix. Just on here, just tell us how many mints there are instead of having to like backtrack on Twitter. My collectible's birthday. I don't know if it's today, but it's soon. Or maybe it already happened. I kind of forgot, to be honest. The Veve. Look at the post. Dude, that is a bright. Come on. Yeah, 7,500 mints, and then yeah, here it is, 4,500 commons. God, some of these mint numbers are getting a bit obscure, like 1,687 mints of the uncommon, 750 rares, 375 ultra rares, and then 188 secret rares. That is nutty. Dude, I love this cover. That's a really cool secret rare cover. But dude, these ultra rares, dude, I'd be happy with a rare, but dude, this ultra rare cover is looking pretty good. Yeah, we got Banshee, Storm, Colossus, Cyclops, and Nightcrawler. That's a cool cover too. Have you guys watched this yet? How long is this? If this is really short, we might watch it really quick. Yeah, it's 5 minutes. We might watch it. I'll see what you guys want to do. Because I haven't watched this yet, actually. An X-Men collectible may pump the Storm collectibles a bit too. I paid for a mint 46 secret rare back in the day, like $500. Yeah, I mean, that's a good call. I actually don't own any Storms anymore. But yeah, if they do drop Storm, or not Storm, but if they do drop any X-Men, it definitely very well could pump her. The only issue is that there's, I won't say issue, but there's 4 different rarities of her. Yeah, this is 9 gens. And I remember actually liking the, I think it's the uncommon stance. Yeah, I actually like this one the most. Like, this is actually like a pretty iconic, let's do this. It's like a pretty iconic pose for Storm. Kind of like one hand down, one hand up, kind of like calling the Storm, and she's like flying and stuff like that. Like, that's a pretty cool pose. I like this pose the most, I would say, of her, like of the 5, or of the 4 that she has. I mean, like, the animated looks cool. But he said there's a secret rare. I didn't see a secret rare on there. let's do this. Dude, I have to like refresh this page every single time I like look at a collectible. It's kind of annoying. Or else I can't scroll down. Series Storm. Okay, secret rare. Okay, this one. Yeah. So the ultra rare, the secret rare version of this. Okay. Yeah, I mean I like it. It's the pose. It's actually been a while since I've actually seen the animation, dude. Every time I click that, it's like super bright. Do you have a subscription to Marvel Unlimited? I do not, but I feel like I should, because the last 2 airdrops they've done to Marvel Unlimited has just been insane. You know, the Spider Buggy and the first appearance of Sunfire, I think. Like both of those comics have just gone absolutely parabolic. Okay. Actually, there we go. Can you guys still hear the music? I still don't know why the music is actually playing through my mic technically, according to this mixer. That's something I need to fix, but... It's actually kind of a cool animation. I just do not like the look at all, to be quite frank. I don't know why we did not get the classic Storm, but it is what it is. I'm just not a fan of the haircut and like the look and all that stuff. Oh well. Tito 420, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Dude, these X-Men covers, I just love them. $2. So this is a 30,000 mint comic. You know what? I'm actually kind of curious what Storm has been doing. Market. See if she's like gone up at all. Dude, what is up with my typing today? Music's not too loud, is it? I can maybe turn it down half a notch. There we go. Let's see. I'm getting 1 year. I'm getting 1 next year, unless they have a sale. Looks like you can pretty much get it for free if you sell the NFT and the stuff you get with a subscription. Okay. I'm getting 1 next year, yeah. I think you have to have the subscription for the full year or whatever the cutoff is. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, let's take a look at... Yeah, the Ultra Rare is 84 gems, Secret Rare is 150 right now. I mean, I might buy a couple of these before the whole, if I feel like X-Men is gonna drop on Veve, but I'm not going on, like, I would much rather buy the classic looking Storm than this. Like, I'll buy it just because it's FA, but I'd much rather have the classic looking Storm. Kind of curious what the uncommon and rare have been doing. Alright, V-Mate, let's go. Alright. 30 day. Went down to 8 gems at one point. Man, this thing went down to 650. October, December. Yeah, that was pretty low. Yeah, that's definitely the hard. That's like towards the very bottom of this bear market. I mean, things are still going down, but not nearly as much as they used to. Crazy to think that this thing was worth, 15 gems. I mean, this thing got cut over in half in price compared to what it was. Have you seen the price on Self-Made Collectible by Brett Crawford today? Glad I got the physical and whitelist for that because it's up crazy today. Huh? No, I have not. Self. Is it with a 3? There it is. So Self-Made. I know there's kind of like a big community kind of building around this. Obviously the message really connects with people about being self-made and all that stuff. So also the mints are extraordinarily low, 250. That's not including I think the amount that they hold back for Veve as well as the licensor. Yeah, I mean, this thing was 450, 500 gems. Now it's 1,700 gems. The one thing I wish I could kind of see is just how many have been listed on the market. Like at this point, April 1st, like how many listings were on the market versus how many now. Yeah, this thing is just getting extraordinarily rare, and obviously just delistings over time, but all these things are affecting it. But yeah, a lot of people really like this self-made collectible, and I don't blame them. I mean, it actually looks cool now that I'm like looking at it a bit longer. Yeah, no, this one's doing really, really well. To be honest, I still have not. I did buy the oh my god, I think it was Frank Kozik. Yeah, I think I bought the Frank Kozik. Was it Frank Kozik? Which one was it? I forgot what it was, but I remember buying one of the physicals there at Decon. I bought the shirt, which came with the digital as well as like the physical statue. Like I've yet to receive the physical statue that I was like supposed to get with it. So that might be something I might have to bother either one of the Discord mods or Alex G about. I'm like, yo, I bought this like shirt. I was supposed to get a physical. I still haven't received it. Sleeping Comics, sup vibes? What's up, Sleeping Comics? Thanks for stopping by. And actually, I'm not just doing this to shill, but I'm legit doing this because actually I'm curious to see where you put this new comic. Not VV set list. There it is, VV rank. One of my shortcuts. VV rank. Have you kind of give a rating to this new comic yet? Put it at B tier. I think this is kind of one of those sleeper comics that some people are gonna just start flooring for 2 gens. I don't know how many I'm gonna buy, but I'm gonna buy quite a few because I just love X-Men and kind of from what I've heard, like this is the story that kicked off like the whole next generation of X-Men. I really like the common cover, and dude, I really like these variant art covers. Like I really like the rare and ultra rare, like a ton. Secret rare looks awesome. I likely won't chase it, but I mean, if people are selling these commons for anywhere near like 2-3 gems, I'm just gonna hard stack them, especially for as limited mints as they are. First appearance of Dragonfly, huh? Doesn't even say that on the VV page. First appearance of Dragonfly, okay. I'm sure he didn't know this, but that uncommon, but 7,687 mints. That's more mints in the whole thing. I'm starting to really like these comics that are less than 10,000 mints, and I've honestly been meaning to buy more of them. You know, a Punisher, Scorpion. I think technically Gambit is a 20,000 mint comic. I'm still grabbing a few of these, even though it is kind of a 20,000 mint deal. Yeah, 20,000 mints on this, but I think it's such an iconic character. I think people would still buy it. There was another one. There's a couple others that were on this like list. I really need to like make a list of these comics that I want to grab more of. Devil Dinosaur. Dude, I remember it's so fun. Let's see. Would you get Grails or work on MCP? But me personally, I'm not going too hard on MCP until I actually see how much stuff costs. I don't know, like I play a lot of board games, I play a lot of video game stuff, so I'm like a bit min-maxer, so it's like I'm trying to get the best bang for my buck when it comes to gems. If I am going to be doing MCP, so like I still complete sets and like I'll spend some gems here and there to complete sets or kind of buy a couple extra things, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to just complete a bunch of random sets just because I want to, like, you know, get a couple more or whatever. I think the last I checked, yeah, I'm Diamond 2. I was like Diamond 1 at one point, and I was getting, I think like 280 something points a day. I feel like this is still wrong because I actually did a merge somewhat recently, and ever since then it's just been like stuck here, and I've like bought new collectibles and stuff since then, so I feel like it should be more. And also I lost a lot of sets doing the Infinity Gauntlet craft, because a lot of those what's it called? Infinity Stones were just like solo sets. So I think I actually ended up like losing like 3 or 4 sets, but I gained 1 because the gauntlet is 1 set itself. And of course Thanos isn't a set himself, so so I actually ended up like losing a lot of like MCP points actually crafting the gauntlet, which is why I think in the future, Alex G said, I believe on my collectibles channel, said that they're going to do more maybe like collect or like airdrop types of systems where it's like, hey, if you own, you know, the Vader set, you know, you can just click a button just saying, hey, the only way to unlock this is to have the Vader set. You click a button and then you're done. Not sure how that would work. I think that would cause the prices to dump a lot because people would essentially buy the collectibles, you know, all 3, click the button to get the airdrop or the thing, and then sell them all immediately. So I think obviously it's nice that you can keep your sets if that does happen and not always have to burn. But at the same time, I think that would cause pretty much any of those collectibles to dump like really, really hard the second that people reclaim those sets. It's funny when I click collection, these are like the most recent things that I bought, or at least like merged. And then it's almost like the exact same things here on the front. But personally, if I had the gems, I would probably focus more on grails, to be quite frank. It's kind of funny. I actually talked to my friend about this, because I've been watching a lot of videos on just like comic collecting in general and the community, and you know, mistakes you should and shouldn't do and all that stuff. And it's funny because a lot of comic collectors that I've like just listened to on YouTube, and they kind of talk about like, oh, 10 mistakes you do as a new collector or whatever it is. You know, a lot of them said, you know, collect what you love, buy cheap stuff. But a lot of them eventually, after a while, they're like, yeah, eventually I got to the point where I was like, I just had 15, 20 just long boxes. And they're like, all right, I need to consolidate this. So eventually a lot of them just sold, you know, a lot of them said like eventually you get to the point where it's like, it's just better to have like one good key comic, or at least a handful of them, rather than just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comics that you ended up like not caring for eventually, or like maybe the cover you kind of liked but you didn't really love it, so you're like, all right, whatever, I don't really care for it anymore. So I don't know, maybe digital comics is like a different thing. Like I like a lot of the covers and a lot of the comics that I do buy, for the most part. So I don't think I'm in that scenario just yet, but if I did have the money, yeah, I think I'd probably buy more like ultra rare covers, maybe some of the cheaper secret rares that are kind of like flying under the radar, that are like under like 200 gems, things like that. And at the same time, you're also getting master collector points. You know, it's very easy to get points doing comics. Both, yeah. If you're smarty pants, you get both. You get as many Donald Ducks as you can, or you get as many Peter Quills. I forgot the other user, or that other guy. He was like collecting like, I think it was like 800 Peter Quills or something like that. It was like a huge market share just himself. What's up, Pixel Trader? Good to see you, Vibes. What's up, Bob Sales? Is there anything on the market you guys care about or want to look up? I know Pixel Trader likes X-Men too. We were talking about Storm earlier. I think that's one's kind of sleeping, because I think right when they drop the next X-Men collectible, like Storm's gonna go. She's not gonna go up much. I mean, there's still a ton of mints of her, but at the same time, I do think she could go up a bit. I've been meaning to buy a couple of her before she kind of just runs away, or at least like gets so expensive where it's just like not worth buying her. Plutos. What did I say? Donald Ducks? Plutos. That's what it was. I knew it was one of the lenticular cards. For me, not Donald Duck. Yeah, I do have 20 Donald Daisy golden moments. Pluto's at 613 now. Trying to reach 666 soon. Okay. What if Veve just trolls you and airdrops you one, and now you get 667, right? 667, they just troll you and put you over that mark. Can never have enough. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm surprised we ain't seen any more X-Men. Good point. I think it should be happening soon. I think it's going to be over the next few months. I mean, we've been dropping a lot of X-Men comics. The whole X-Men cartoon. Is that out already? On like Disney Plus? When is that supposed to be starting? Because they're actually supposed to be like making a continuation of it, right? X-Men 97. Has that happened already or not yet? Bro, sometimes I forget how ripped, like, I'll show you guys. Sometimes I forget, like, how ripped Cyclops is. Like, I know he's got, like, a mega laser beam, but sometimes I just forget, like, dude, like, this guy's jacked. Like, look at him. He always gives, like, Beast a run for his money. But we all like Wolverine. This almost looks like this was done in, like, MS Paint, or maybe that was just the artistic style back then. Dude, this picture of Wolverine has been used as a meme like so many times. I think I've seen Dino and a few other people like use it before, but I need to come up with a meme of this. That is just hilarious. All right, so this comic is B tier. I'm gonna try and get a few of these tomorrow. I'll have to find a way to call in and let my boss know I'm gonna be a little bit late for work because I'm busy sniping the market. Hi Vibes, how about the Veve logos? Yeah, let's take a look at the Veve logos. Veve logo, there it is. You know, this one actually kind of flew under the radar. This one, this secret rare collectible. I remember this dropping because this actually came out like before the logos, right? This was kind of nutty. Not the silver and gold, but this came out actually before the actual logos. So this is like technically like the second like what Veve licensed thing or something. Not sure people will care about that, but it does look pretty cool. The logo. All right, let's look at the blue one. Okay, now it's down to 206. Yeah, it's getting pretty low. I bought mine at 150 while I was going on the way up. I mean, the price of these logos was just going like parabolic, considering that they were only what 8 gems or 6 or 8 gems. It was something along those lines, yeah. Nothing but going down. Started really high. At 340. I think this even touched almost 400 at one point. Yeah, it's been doing nothing but going down. Oh well. And then the other Veve logo. Let's look at the secret rare. I feel like most people care about the uncommon, like the classic logo, and then the secret rare, the orange one. Not the orange. Sorry, the red. What am I saying? Red is the secret rare. Yeah, the white and red. As long as they put an airdrop me a sub 41 Pluto, I'll accept. Yeah, dude, I would love to. Dude, sub 41s are, there's only a handful of those, right? Because that was like very early days of Veve that you can get like a sub 41, at least not an accidental one. It's 120. Yeah, this was up there. Let's go back to the white and red. Yeah, these have been going down, which is understandable. I want Wolverine as cool as Miles SR. Dude, same. What would like the animation, like what would you want the animation to be of Wolverine, or like if he was animated or anything like that? That would be sick. I think I want your typical Wolverine, like, I don't know. I would want the classic, like, yellow and black. But at the same time, I really like this classic, like, Wolverine look. Video images. But I also really, really like this look of Wolverine. I don't know why, but I really like this look as well. I don't know what it is about the orange, but I just like this aesthetic on Wolverine a lot. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I like the classic, like yellow and blue and black. But I really like this one. Rip morph. Never again. All right, enough of that. Oh, yeah, V-Mate. Looking at this. Yeah, dude, this thing peaked at, I would say like 450. This thing was going pretty high. And obviously it's been retracing now for the better part of a month now, about a month and a half for the most part. Yeah, I've been really liking these logos. I knew these logos were going to do really well. I didn't think they would do this well, but the retracement is to be expected. And to be honest, I kind of bought my logo and just like never looked at the price again because I was like, all right, I know this is going to do well in the future. Not yet. Gotcha. Do you think we'll ever see another Miles SR? Seems like they're making all the animated ones the least rare now. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, if we do, that's a long time from now. I think the only way we would see, I don't want to say the only way we would see like a re-release of a superhero we already have, is if we just kind of like already released a ton of superheroes and now we're just like backtracking and trying to give like people that are huge like Miles fans or Wolverine or I'm trying to think of like another like really rare Marvel collectible that we have, like really scarce, not like Thor or something like that where we have, you know, 15,000 mints. I'm talking ones where we don't have too many. Marvel might backtrack and we'll like release like a new set or series or something like that, but I mean, anything could happen. I think Marvel's just knowing to not make the mistake that, not necessarily a mistake, but the thing that DC does, because DC has what? We have like, what, 17 Batmans on the platform right now? Like at least. How many Batmans do we have? This is even taking a while to load. So we have what? 1, 2, 3. I'm not counting the villains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, I guess I'll count Croc. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 Batmans for the most part. So that's a lot of Batmans. But I mean, most of them look cool. I would say on average, most of them look cool. Crotch shot Batman is always a great pick. He's only 12 bucks. Might just pick him up for the memes. I also meant to do this. I also meant to pick up a lot of the Veve collectibles that are on the loading screen for Veve. I meant to do that too. Like, you know, Common Spider-Man, this crotch shot Batman. He's also on, I think he was on like, I don't think he was ever on like the loading screen, but he was definitely in some like very, very early like Veve promotional material and stuff. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Look, if you look at some like a Veve's like early promotional material, I mean, and this was like over a year before we got it. Like this right here. I know it looks, I don't know why it looks so fuzzy, but you guys can make that out, right? Like that's crotch shot Batman. Like, and this came out a long time ago. Like these images, like well before we actually got them on the app. I'm trying to remember some other ones. Some other like Veve collectibles that are usually on the loading screen or like the cover of or like on like promotional material. I've been meaning to buy some of this stuff. So even like here, there's like Todd. I mean, it's all early DC stuff, but Veve app. Maybe I'll do loading screen. Loading screen. Yeah, so obviously there's like this Common Spider-Man first appearance. What are some other ones? There's also been like a Tokidoki one on the cover for like ever, and we still don't have it on the app. It looks like a green like dinosaur. It looks like a stuffed animal, like a green dinosaur. You guys know what I'm talking about? We still have yet to have that on the app. Green dino Tokidoki. I think this is, yeah, this guy. Yeah, this one. I know it's kind of hard to see, but like, you guys remember, like this has been on the app, like the loading screen on the app forever, and we still don't have this on Veve. Like this guy, we still don't have it. And I think there's been a couple other collectibles too. that we still don't have on the app that are like on the loading screen. So I've been meaning to buy some of those too, because I think it's going to be iconic in the future where like people get on the app and they're going to be like, oh shit, you got the collectible that's like on the loading screen? It's like, yep. Let's see. I have been blessed with a SR Miles on drop, still holding strong. Hell yeah, Tito. Dude, that is one I definitely would have held. Like there's a handful of collectibles that I got on drop, and some of them I still have not sold, but there's a handful I've gotten on drop, and I'm like, I am never selling this. Like, or not in the near future. Not until like the next major bull run and Veve becomes a household name and yada yada yada. But a good one would be Black Suit Spider-Man, ultra scarce mints, Comic Con exclusive codes. Dude, that would be sick. Oof. Black Suit Spider-Man, that would be awesome. Venom, dude, we're still waiting on Venom. We're still waiting on Carnage. Oh gosh. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Rhino, Scorpion. Just like the whole Sinister Sticks. Yeah, all those would be awesome drops. Like, there's still so many good drops to have on Veve. It's pretty absurd. Smarty Pants, they may also go back and release a lot of characters that had FAs, a Marvel Mighties too, to give them their proper 3D premium treatment at some point. I think so too. They've done that with a few of them. I don't know if Captain America still counts. And dude, sometimes I forget, like, just because we don't talk about it for so long, that like that Captain America is technically a Marvel Mighty. Come on. Yeah, like this guy, Steve Rogers. Technically Steve Rogers. Yeah, Steve Rogers is the FA. And sometimes I forget that's the case. And I'm like, oh god, dude, I don't even have FA Captain America on the app or on my thing. Yeah, we need a proper Venom and Carnage, right, Jeff? My thought sometimes is to sell it and buy Bitcoin, or buy Bitcoin miners and run them while I have access to free electricity. That is a good call too. Yeah, dude, there's been a lot of talk around, you know, the SEC regulations around not only just crypto, but just the platforms that obviously offer crypto, and a lot of rumors around BlackRock trying to basically start an ETF, and kind of how that's going to affect things. And also Fidelity, I guess, is getting involved potentially. And the SEC is like suing them, and you know, all this stuff. There's a lot of movement happening in the market, and I really do think that crypto, or especially NFTs, licensed NFTs, is going to be the future. You know, it's no different than how people are talking about, you know, cell phones, or talking about you know, even Bitcoin itself. Like, people thought it was a joke, but like, look at it now. It's doing extraordinarily well compared to what it was. Your local scupper, Veebs, what up, bro? Long time no talk. I know, dude. Like, I know I didn't do a stream last week, or like this last weekend. I was been pretty busy with friends. I did see my collectibles though. Hung out in his stream during his 150th live stream, so that was awesome. Tito 420, but at the end of the day, Miles still sits in my vault for now. Let's go. Black Suit Spider-Man. Dude, everyone's Black Suit Spider-Man. HSBC is also getting involved in Hong Kong. Yeah. I'm not too familiar with all. I still haven't even bought. I mean, I bought Bitcoin, then I use that to buy Omi and all that stuff. So like, that's like the extent of my cryptocurrency knowledge that it goes. Luckily, I have one friend who does a decent amount of research and all of that kind of for me. But I still didn't like. I mean, he's also the one that wanted to get me an Omi like about a year ago, when it was like all-time highs, or maybe about a year and a half ago. I was just too lazy to learn it and understand it, so it kind of worked in my favor. But now it's like, all right, things are getting super cheap. SEC is attacking crypto. All right, they're clearly trying to make a move. Why now all of a sudden? Yeah. Veebs, I like that too. Veebs? Veebs? I don't know. Maybe? Rot Shot Batman. Yeah, I really need to write these down, and I feel like it's probably a good thing to note, because I do think here in the near future we could have just a turn in the market. And honestly, Veve's market, as much as I think people don't want to admit it, it does follow the trends of just like crypto and just like the overall digital like alternative investing, right, of crypto and NFTs and all that stuff. So I think as Bitcoin and kind of all this drama and like the Bitcoin halving that's happening next year and this and that, because it's essentially like Bitcoin halving just sounds like a reverse stock split, where they just oh, now you have half as the amount of shares available. Now the price is going to go up. So curious how that's going to play out. I said vibes, you said beebs. Did I? Dude, I must be. Dude, today was a day at work, to be honest. So I was like, you know what? If I want to get in a good mood, I want to kick on the stream, sit in my hot ass room because it's Arizona. And we got the red lights going for Red Hulk. Osman Collects, what's up, dude? Morning vibes, great to have you back. Doing content. Morning vibes. Where do you live? It's the morning for you? You must be in Europe or something like that, or like the UK, or I don't know. I could be completely wrong. This morning, it's 8 p.m. for me right now. Is there any collectibles you guys are kind of looking at? It's only 103, right? What's the temperature like in? Technically, I'm in Scottsdale, North Scottsdale. It was 108 degrees. It's 108 degrees here, which is about 42 degrees Celsius for you tea drinkers over the pond. So yeah, it was a hot one today. 108. Technically 4.22 degrees Celsius. I mean, not financial advice, but I think of an old phrase: buy when everyone is scared and sell when everyone is greedy. Yeah, it's just tough because like in the NFT market, let alone like all that stuff, but like in the VV market, it happens so quickly. People just buy, sell, buy, sell. Oh my God, the hype, and then it dies out, blah, blah. Like all this stuff literally happens within about 5 to 10 minutes. You know, single tweet goes out, Hulk or whatever thing just pumps astronomically. And then once it gets up to a certain point, it starts dumping because people start taking profits and start listing a bunch, and now no one's buying. Like, okay, no one's buying anymore. Oh my God, they start undercutting even harder. And so it's like, yeah, prices go from like 55 to 65 to 85, and then it drops down to 75, then back down to 50. It's like, well, this thing just did a just a massive bell curve within the span of about 15 minutes. It's 4:13 a.m. in the morning. Dude, what do you do for work? I'm just messing with you, Osman. I appreciate you watching at 4:13 in the morning, subjecting you to I don't think it was you, but we were, dude, the last stream, maybe it was 2 streams ago, but dude, we were just totally just shooting the shit and joshing someone that lived in the UK, making fun of their food, making fun of, dude, I've been watching some YouTube videos of people doing driving tests like in the UK. And I don't even know if you live in the UK, Osman. I'm just saying this just because, you know, whatever. But dude, driving over there looks like an absolute nightmare. The roads, you know, everything. And like it's almost like the street signs and like the street roads, it's designed to not help the driver. It's to alert everyone else what the driver is gonna do. I don't know, it's weird. It's like a weird explanation, but it's so strange. Like I just see these like kids like doing driving tests, or like that the driver instructor like explaining like, no, don't follow that signal or do that. I'm like, and also like everyone drives like a manual car out there, like with a clutch and stuff. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but it's just strange. Do you think we will do another Marvel burn soon? So far, the trend on that has been every 2 months, and that started in November. So it was around November was the very first like, was it November or December? I think November of last year was like the first like Marvel burn, and then they did another one in January. I'm trying to remember when that first one was. Where is it? I do this. This is not it. Okay. Searching on my other screen here. It's hard to search it now because ever since the Infinity Gauntlet, there's been so many people that have been using like the tag word like Marvel and burn and all that stuff. I'm trying to see like the very first time Veve talked about it, like that initial tweet where they're like, hey, from now on we're going to be doing a burn, but it was about every 2 months. I don't think we've had one for over 2 months, so maybe at the end of this month we'll see a burn. I think it's just really up to Marvel at this point when they're going to do it. Yeah, I can't find it. See if we can snipe anything on the market. Anything good? Puff light print. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good little dude. Some of these, dude, I really like this art. Some of this art that I see on here, I really like the look of it, but I don't. It's not 120, 130 gem good in my opinion. But Choo Choo, yeah, dude, I would love to see a burn. Like, there's a lot of collectibles that still need to get burned. Hello? There it goes. A good amount of comics. There's actually still quite a few comics that still need to get burned. I'm still confused why Star-Lord first appearance of Peter Quill was 10 gems. I'm still perplexed by that. What's the oldest one on here that's still not sold out? Okay, I think it's this one. So Tarzan and the Ape. Or no, that's because it's Tarzan. Let's do this. Alright, let's find out what's the oldest Marvel one that has yet to be burned. I think it's Devil Dinosaur. So when did this happen? Shows the start year, shows dude, sometimes I feel like I get less information on the web app than I do in the app. That is so strange. I don't know, whenever Devil Dinosaur came out. February 8th is when
most people.
Sorry for the ad. Yeah, dude, it's been about 4 months since our last like comic / Marvel burn. So yeah, because the first burn was in November, second burn was January, end of January, so it was 2 months apart. But since then, we haven't had a burn in like 4 months, so it could still happen. I'm so sensitive to heat that I get sweaty at 75 degrees and feel good at 73. Yeah, that's tough. When I used to live in San Francisco, it didn't get too hot, but it could definitely get in like the 80s, and it was just one of those weird things where it was kind of windy too, where like if you stand, and I'm sure a lot of places are like this, where like if you stand on one side of the sidewalk or you're like walking down in the sun, you start getting hot within about 5 minutes, and then if you go to the other side of the sidewalk where there's like a bunch of shade, you start getting cold. And so it's like you need to have like a sweater or something on you at all times, or else there's just never a happy medium. You're always like too hot or too cold. So I'm in Bristol, UK. Okay, gotcha. All right. I have to pick on this guy a little bit. I have to pick on him a little bit, but yeah, you're fine. You're fine. If I sleep at 60 degrees, I'm kind of a polar bear, I guess. Dude, I would love to sleep at maybe not that cold, but it's just the ventilation in my room is just god awful. Like my roommate got he has like the bigger room, but it has like 2 vents that go in there. So like every time the AC's on, he gets like 2 vents worth of cool. I have like 1 vent, and my window is facing the side of like where the sun, like, you know, where the sun is like facing like during the midday. So like it just gets so hot in here at times. I do have a curtain that like blocks most of the sun, but just naturally it just gets really hot. Dude, I used to drive to this. Osman Collect says, dude, to drive in this country, you need a qualification in tactical driving. It gets crazy here. Yeah, dude, I've been watching some of these like YouTube shorts, and these people just trying to drive around in the UK, and like I read the comments and I'm like, all right, maybe this is just because like this is a driving instructor, or this is like a kid like learning to drive. And like all the comments are like dude, I've driven here for 30 years and I still don't know what I'm doing. and like people, some people still don't know what the signs mean, and I don't know, it's just really obscure, and like where you can stop, and there's like a zebra road and like all this weird stuff, and I don't know, it's obscure. It's obscure. Like, I don't know, but Star Wars stuff needs to get burned. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, Boba Fett needs to get burned. What if I just type in Star Wars up here? What does it show me? Star Wars. All results. All right, that's a lot of Star Wars. What needs to get burned? Or at least like offered to be burned. Well, we could burn Rancor, Jabba the Hutt, Vader's TIE Fighter, the Scythe, like these vehicles. You guys remember these, like the Star Wars vehicles? Chewbacca and his family. Yeah, there's like a couple. There's like 3 posters, 4 posters. General Akbar. Or Admiral, let's say General. Dude, I gotta show the proper respect. Admiral Akbar, Jabba the Hutt, Rancor. And dude, like, Rancor is actually one I've been kind of, you know, kind of keeping a close eye on. It's a pretty, like, meme-worthy, but it's also kind of an iconic creature in Star Wars, obviously. And if we happen to just, boom, all of a sudden something burns on it. Dude, if this gets burned, how many are there total of this? How many people actually bought into this? Refresh the screen. I paid over 700 gems for that Pop Life. 129 is pretty good. Yeah, dude, people haven't even bought half of these, so only a third of these have been bought of the Rancor. Dude, imagine if these got burned right away, and now there's what, less than 1,000 that exist because they hold. I don't know how many they withhold exactly, but it's about 1,000. There's only 1,000 Rancors. Imagine if they just burned those. Same thing with Boba Fett. I know he's already in the store, but if they did some sort of burn mechanism for Boba Fett, there's actually quite a few, even for the ultra rare. Dude, I can't scroll down, and I have to refresh my page every time I like open up a new collectible. Yeah, there's roughly about 6,000 of these, so there's actually quite a few. How many commons? 12,000. How many uncommons? 10,000. Yeah, that's a lot. So nearly 30,000 of these total. Yeah, we could definitely use a burn mechanism for Boba Fett. Matt Sharpanya, I probably butchered that, but I gave it a go. One holder has, I think, 10 or 20% of Peter Quill supply. That's why floor price is what it is. He's on his way to 1K, I think, was his last post. Dude, I really wish I knew he was going for that, or else I would have bought a lot of Peter Quills. I think I bought one initially, and I think I ended up like just flipping it because I'm like, I like Star-Lord. I'm not like obsessed with him, but check out the non-FA common Captain America. Just about 9,000 remain in circulation after burn. Now it's changed to hardly any burns. What do you think happened there? Captain America. You talking about? I forgot which ones. Is it this one? The Punch? I remember people were talking about how many got burned and all that. Let's just take a look at these one at a time then. How many got burned? Does it reflect on the page that it got burned? Doesn't say anything about a burn. Or additions in circulation. I guess you could just look at that. Was it this version, Captain America? I think it was like this one shows like four of them got burned. I mean, you guys can see that. It says additions in circulation 7996 out of 8,000. This one shows 11,973. I don't know. Is this the right one? I know what you mean, and I've heard about it. Just about 9,000 remain in circulation after burn. Was it this Captain America? Unless I'm missing one. I'm just kind of going off what the website is saying. I don't know if you like. I don't know how to like look stuff up on like a Mutascan or something weird. Like that's the only one I can see, and according to that, they're in circulation. I don't know what that means exactly. Try driving up north here in Pennsylvania after the snow season with road salt. There's potholes everywhere, and it's like you're jumping over a gorge. Jeez. Yeah, no thanks. Dude, Dude, I also watch, I spend too much time on like YouTube Shorts. I just watch it occasionally. You know, I'm on the toilet, I'm driving somewhere, and I'm just like looking through them like a stop sign or something, or stoplight. And I did see one about this like tornado that came through and like just completely destroyed these people's like camper or whatever that was out in somewhere in probably Tennessee or something like that, where like Tornado Alley is. And I do not know why people live in places where there's just natural disasters. It's just like, all right, there's just like a 1 in 20 chance like your just livelihood is just gonna get destroyed or attacked. Blizzards like up in like the Northwest, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're like terrible, but I don't doubt like it's not gonna destroy your house unless it's built terribly and like the amount of weight under the snow is just gonna ruin your house. But like I can't live like anywhere near like Florida or anywhere where there's like hurricanes, tornadoes. California is okay. I mean, I lived in California for a long time, and like of course there's earthquakes, but like the worst thing we get here is probably like flash floods or just like monsoons, but it's not nearly as egregious or as dangerous, I feel like, as some of the other like just natural weather systems that happen in the US. Rancor is very sought after, collectible physical form, so eventually it'll be good. Yeah, it's just one of those things where like I feel like a lot of people in the Veve community, and I don't blame them, because for a long time we were buying everything. If you guys remember late 2021, early 2022, like people just bought everything, like anything on the shop, you know, everything was always above retail, especially comics and this and that. Then eventually, you know, the bear market happened and people started getting more picky, and now it seems like the only things that sell out is like very, very top tier, either high A tier things or grail status S tier stuff, and that's pretty much it. Comics are kind of the exception just because like they're low price point, but when it comes to like collectibles, it seems like the only things that sell out are just very, very high level top tier things. And so I mean, I don't blame people. So like Rancor, it's like, okay, it's popular, but even that in and of itself is like a niche within like a very popular like community, which is Star Wars. So how many of these are left in the store? Okay, these are going down a little bit. So about 2,000 of these have been bought. Are you guys going after Red? I mean, obviously, I would assume most of you guys are going after Red Hulk tomorrow. But do you guys think, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is going to actually be above retail? I have a feeling it will be, but like just barely. Like just barely. Because the very next drop announcement, I mean, these prices are going to go up. And it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they announce Red Hulk and like, not the Red Hulk, but the next Hulk in probably about a week or two. Because so far they've been pretty quick with these announcements. I think 2 weeks from now, we're going to get the 4th Hulk, the UR version, and it's going to be pretty quick. Osmond collects, take care, bro. Dude, you too. Take care. Drive safe. Remember, clutch first, then brake. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I drive an automatic. Bioshock, yeah, it was it was the common. It's weird because it showed the burn with about 9,000 remaining in circulation. Some sketchy change in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that VP did some just weird stuff like very, very early on. I mean, we're talking, I don't know how early that drop is, but Captain America was probably what, like their 15th or like 20th drop of like of like the very start. So they probably just did a lot of stuff they just didn't know they could or didn't understand, or maybe it's a technological issue. I mean, I want to put it past them. Is it like malicious? I have no idea. That they're like burning stuff or withholding it. I have no idea. But I miss those days where everything is above retail. Dude, me too. Just buying some just random Joe Schmo comic, and it's just like, oh man, I got the common. Okay, I guess I'll sell it for 10 gems on the market. Like, it's a whatever comic, right? And people are still buying it, you know, for like 10 gems. And I remember it was a big deal. I don't know when exactly it happened. I remember it was a big deal where people were actually selling comics for less than they are worth. And people were like, wait, what's going on? Like, why are people doing this? This is crazy. And now it's just the norm. Where it's like, unless it's a very high tier comic, commons are below retail, uncommons are below retail. Rares are teetering around retail. Sometimes it's 6.5 gems, anywhere between like 6.5 to like 8 gems. That's usually where like the very low tier comic prices are kind of hanging out for rares, and then, you know, everything else is whatever. But Rancor is very high quality. I agree. It looks awesome. I do want one, but there's just a lot of other things I just want to buy here, and sometimes I tell myself, I'm like, I'm not in a huge rush to like buy stuff. I do feel like things could go down in price a bit more, especially as we're getting more grails dropped in the platform. I think things are just in a weird time right now because, you know, we have the Hulk drops going on, a lot of rumors around, you know, more X-Men stuff. We could get burns, including comics. Man, this thing is well below retail right now. People are just flooring Darkseid. I think I ended up buying one for 55. There's a couple for like 50, and I almost sniped them on the market, but I was like, I don't know, maybe. I do think Darkseid is, you know, it's getting slept on, but I mean, he's like what, a number 2 or 3 villain in like DC, other like only behind like Joker. He's a very popular villain. It's just there's just better stuff to buy. You know, there's Hulks, there's other things going on right now that I think people are just more interested in. And plus, this is like the first like DC drop we've had in like a minute. I feel like it's been a long time since we've actually had like a DC drop. What was the last one we had? Let's see if I can find it. Like actual like DC drop on Veve. Feels like DC's like definitely slowed their roll with releasing content on here. Yeah, this one. Black and white. Yeah, that was 2 months ago. So 2 months ago, we got a black and white Batman. And then before that... Yeah, dude, we didn't get anything for a while. Have we really had 2 DC drops this year? So in the last 6 months, we've had 2 DC drops. Unless I'm just like completely overlooking one. Yeah, I think that's it. All we've had is this Batman black and white, you know, number 7. And Darkseid. And Darkseid's kind of a interesting drop. Curious what that's going on about. Not spending money until they drop that Banksy inspired thing David you mentioned. Yeah, dude, there's so many just like weird drops and mechanics that like Veve's like mentioned. And dude, it just makes me think like genuinely how many things are going on in the background at Veve, and they either can't talk about it or bring it up, or it's just like, all right, we like wanted to do this in like November of 2022, but like things just got delayed and delayed and delayed, like pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And then this other thing came up that's more important, and it's like they probably had a lot of ideas of like how things were going to work out, and then like just things are just getting like just delayed. And it's like I think one was it like the kit car? I remember there was one drop that they delayed for like a long time. Like it was ready, but they just either couldn't find a time slot or work with the licensor. I'm not entirely sure what that was. I feel like it was one of these, because I remember them like explicitly like mentioning it. I think it was Alex G, and like maybe it was on Twitter Spaces or something. They're like, yeah, we've had this ready for a while, but just like we just couldn't find time to drop it, or like just work with the licensor to find a time to like drop it. I'm not sure. Frank Miller Joker also only sold half on the drop. Yeah, it was a different time back then. I think that it was more of a just the amount of liquidity that was available, like the amount of people and liquidity on the app just like wasn't enough initially to like have stuff sell out. Now it's like we have more than enough people and more than enough gems to sell every drop out. It's just a matter of, is it popular enough now? But yeah, I get what you mean, Matt. In the bull market, I sold a bunch of Future Imperfect Common for 40. Damn, dude, that was a deal and a half. Dude, there's so much stuff I wish I sold in the bull market. I mean, of course, everyone's gonna say that, but Darkseid is under the Justice League brand, so I'm guessing we're gonna get the whole Justice League. That'd be sick, because like you mentioned, I did notice that, and I'm glad you mentioned it, because I actually did notice that. This says brand here, it says Justice League, licensed Warner Brothers Entertainment, series Darkseid. So I wonder what this Justice League, yeah, it says right here, DC Justice League. Figures the first Justice League thing is a villain. I'm kind of curious how they're gonna pan that out. So we're gonna get what? Superman. I mean, we still have yet to get what? Aquaman, Cyborg. I think that's it. We have Flash, we have Wonder Woman, we have Superman. We don't have Martian Manhunter. I don't know if, yeah, he was in the Justice League. We still don't have like half the team. We have like one half, but we don't have the other half. I just hope they keep the mints low. I think actually the 2,000 mints, because I think it was technically like 1,888 mints or something like that. I think that's good. That's okay. I think if this guy was closer to like 1,000 or like 1,200, he would have performed much better. But I think as long as it's under 2,000, I think collectibles now will do fine enough, depending on how popular they are. All right, I'm gonna hop off here in a little bit, but I did actually want to just kind of cover the market as a whole. And one of my favorite platforms to do that is my NFT tracker. Uncanny X-Men 130, so the first appearance of Dazzler. This thing was actually running up quite a bit a while back. I remember looking the other day, and these things were going for like $4 and like, I said $4, sorry, 4.3 gems. Not too long ago, and now it's down quite a bit. Went down like 20%. I remember this thing was running up. I think mostly because she's probably like a pretty like cult classic like character. She's obviously not the most popular, but I feel like there's a small niche that likes her a lot. Plus like super low mints, like 7,500 mints on that comic. This one, secret rare. It's really hard to take secret rares serious just because there's so few in circulation. Like there's only 7 of these Marvel superhero Secret Wars listings, so it's like either one got delisted or maybe someone actually bought one for 65 gems and now it's the floor 75, which is why it's increased so much. It's hard to say. Interesting. Dragon Girl, 40 gems. Dude, actually Dragon Girl is probably still one of my favorite collectibles. But dude, I remember trying to buy this thing for like 250, 260 gems, and it was like a big deal, and it was like go up to 300 occasionally. Like this thing was like popping off. This is like a very popular collectible. Not so much anymore. Experiment 626. Yeah, this one was Stitch. This one was interesting. I remember this drop, when this drop happened. I remember a lot of people were talking about Stitch and how popular he is, and like, you know, a lot of people buy him on eBay, and you know, he's such a huge like toy. But that doesn't always translate over to NFTs for the most part. I think people go for like, it's hard to say. Like there's been like long time established people that like Spider-Man and Captain America and these other superheroes. Even though Miles is new, it's still kind of like the new and up and coming hero, and he's obviously based off of the normal Spider, like the old school Spider-Man. I don't know. Like, I like Miles. I just really wish comic book writers, especially Hollywood, would just get more creative. I'm just tired of seeing the same. Especially like Batman. It's like, all right, we have Batman, then Batboy, then Batgirl, then Batwoman, then Bat Butler, then Bat. I'm like, bro, like, can we just like stop doing Batman and all these superheroes and kind of just different variations and a multiverse version of this person and then that person, and then like I get it, but at the same time I'm like, dude, can we get some new superheroes? Like I'm trying to remember, like when's the last superhero you guys can think of with like genuinely unique powers that isn't a copy of a pre-existing like superhero? Like it's really hard. Your music glitching is so annoying. Is it glitching right now? Oh, it's like cutting in and out. Okay, I see what you mean. I'm just gonna just stop it. I apologize. And I'm about to wrap up the stream anyways. I appreciate you letting me know, Hero. We need a proper Flash. I want Jay Garrett Flash with that metal hat. That would be pretty awesome. That would be an old school look. The Justice League originally consisted of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern. Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about Green Lantern. Martian Manhunter and Aquaman. So no wonder, yeah, so it was Wonder Woman. Batman. We already have, like we said earlier, we have 27 Batmans. My Collectibles, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. We're actually about to hop off soon because I wanted to keep the stream pretty short. Great chatting with you Saturday. Cheers. Yeah, of course. Dude, that was a ton of fun. And it was also really cool talking with Alex G. And you know, messing with him and asking him a bunch of questions, and then obviously hanging out with Hinano. Yeah, it was a really, really fun time. I appreciate it. I'm glad I went on and talked with you. Even talked with Dino for a bit too. I haven't talked to Dino in a minute. And the same thing with Rob. I haven't seen Rob in forever, but I know he's busy and hope he's doing okay. Yeah, we were just talking about just, you know, I meant to ask you this, my collectibles, or just people in the chat. It's like, when was the last time you remember? When was the last like truly unique or superhero with like unique powers or abilities that isn't just like a direct rip off of like another superhero or something like that? And I realized like it's kind of hard to come up with like new superpowers that aren't either incredibly overpowered or unique to the point where it's not just silly. Like it's like, okay, this person could do I don't know, just I can't even think of like a silly ability. It's difficult, but it's like, oh, they can levitate, but they have to have like their eyes closed or just something silly. So it's like I get it. But there has to be some sort of creative people out there that can come up with new superheroes, new storylines. That conversation with Dino and Han Solo cracked me up, dude. I hate to say it, but Han Solo was like not a good movie. I think that is legitimately the very first Star Wars movie that Star Wars actually lost money on, from what I've heard. Like it's the first movie that like they actually lost money on. So obviously it's not that great. I mean, it was silly and good fun. It's nice seeing like young Chewbacca and all that stuff, but I'm not about it. See you later, vibes. Hopefully see you later this week. Yeah, we'll see. See how busy I am, dude. Just work has just been brutal these last like week and a half, 2 weeks. So let's see. What's the 24-hour trend for common? Comics. Star Wars needs to go back to George Lucas. Yes, it does. He sold his soul for money, and I don't blame him, dude. I would have taken that much money too. Like, I don't blame him. Interesting. Yeah, some of these have gone up quite a bit. Vengeance going up. First appearance of America Chavez. Yeah, that's the one. America Chavez. Doesn't surprise me. Red Hulk. Obviously, Red Hulk has gone up a little bit because of the Red Hulk announcement. Catwoman. Interesting. All right, guys. I'm going to be heading off. I apologize. Actually, I apologize for the music. It was kind of acting up earlier. But I don't know. I do want to start streaming more. I do want to kind of have a bit more, I guess, direction with my streams. Like, I like jumping on stream and just talking with you guys, shooting the shit, talking about whatever. But at the same time, do want to have a bit more direction of things I want to cover and all that. So let's see here. Red Hulk drop tomorrow. And it's a normal drop. It's not a waitlist drop, so like you got to be ready. Or no, it is waitlist. Yeah, it says right here. Opens waitlist. Yeah, because I'll have more waitlist. What am I saying? Yeah, open waitlist. Starts 30 minutes before the drop, ends 5 minutes before. I'm starting to like this waitlist thing. I mean, I've been pretty fortunate and I've gotten accepted for every one. But this could be the first one I might not get accepted to. I didn't actually get accepted to the first Veve one, like the blue and white logo. So I didn't get that one, but I did get the Veve logo with like 3 different versions of it. But yeah, they do need to fix up waitlist a bit. Like, it's weird. Like, if you go for the waitlist and you don't buy it, like let's say you win the waitlist, you wait for the 15 minutes and you don't buy it because you think it's too cheap, but then you want to go back and buy it off the store after the fact, like the system won't let you. It says like you can't buy, or like you didn't buy in time. It just keeps repeating that over and over. That's what happened to me with Darkseid. I was just curious to see if it would work. Because I bought one for cheap, and then eventually he was like pushing up to 60, and I'm like, I wonder if it'll just like let me buy. So I clicked buy on here with the Darkseid like still up in the store, and it just said like you can't buy, you rejected the, you didn't buy in time. I'm like, okay. So I wonder if that's a system they can fix. And I also know like even if you did buy, I still don't think it would let you buy like another one in the store, even though it's available. Like you have to wait 12 hours or some weird arbitrary amount of time before you can buy again, which is a bit weird. Hey Vibes, any vehicles you'd like to see on Veve? Oh man. Of course, the Blackbird. If you guys don't know the Blackbird, I think that's the name of it. On X-Men, that would be cool. I mean, if we got this on Veve, come on. The Blackbird. I mean, the blue one is classic. That's what it looks like. Blackbird would be cool. This one looks X-Men mini Blackbird jet. What? Dude, I kind of remember this toy. He actually got ejected out of the... Do you guys remember this one? What's it called? Show. Open image in new tab. Do you guys remember this? Dude, this looks so familiar. Like he gets like ejected out of his seat. I know it's kind of hard to see, but like, dude, this toy seems super fun. I remember playing with this toy and he gets like ejected out of the seat. Yeah, I'd want the Blackbird and then, I don't know, some other vehicles. I mean, there's plenty of them. Like, there's so many Star Wars ones that are so good too, like the Millennium Falcon, and get some land speeders in there. And then, of course, and all of the pod racing vehicles. I think some other ones. I mean, there's just so many. And of course, if we start talking things like Twisted Metal and all that stuff, like there's a lot of good vehicles and stuff there. Look at that. Waitlist is boring. They need to fix the notifications on the waitlist. Oh, like it didn't notify you when you got accepted? Doesn't surprise me. Spider-Man 2099 needs a collectible. That is true. He does need a collectible. Doesn't tell me if I got chosen or not. You have to leave the drop and get back in to get the notification. That is strange. Yeah, they do need to fix that. Luckily, I'm pretty available. Like, I can kind of jump in and buy something really quick, but if I'm sitting there trying to actively snipe, like, I just can't do that with my job. Yeah, remember it? I think we need Optimus Primal and transforming animation. That would be sick. Optimus Prime Primal. Do you guys remember watching Beast Wars as a kid? Because that's what the new movie is kind of based off, right? I remember watching this a ton as a kid. Super, super janky, like video game animation thing where like everything looks like either like ridiculously shiny. The shadows always look really, really off. It's almost like shadows don't exist on some of this stuff. What's it called? Like this. Beast Wars. What do you do for work? I work in like the finance sector. So I work at one of those like big institutions like Vanguard. That's where I work at. I'm trying to think of any character from the Hero show from Netflix. There must be people from the Netflix. There must be one that wasn't a ripoff. Probably two brain. Out of brain. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to think of like new and unique abilities without them being ridiculously overpowered, right? I do think we need more street level, very simple, basic like superheroes and villains. Kind of getting tired of all of the over the top, multiversal, multi-dimensional, super spacefaring, like planet destroying villains. It's like, all right, let's get back to street level. Let's focus on like the characters, like flaws, their bonds, you know, what makes them human or not human, you know, what makes them fail. Like, and that's another thing too. It's like we need to like see more like superheroes just like fail outright and just like basically, because I mean people just connect with that more, right? Rather than heroes just like doing the perfect thing and they're never wrong, or like they're just naturally born like perfect and all that stuff. It's like, I don't know. That's my take. I definitely think the I don't know. Hollywood has been creatively bankrupt for I don't know, 2 decades now, almost like last like 15 years. I feel like there hasn't been really anything super super interesting. Occasionally you get some great ones, right? But more often than not, not really. Especially in the comic book industry. That's why so many people are going to manga. Like manga has some like, even though a lot of the superheroes, you look at like My Hero Academia or all these other like anime and manga that have groups of people with lots of powers and this and that, or perks, or I think it's called quirks in Hero Academia, but it's like they find a way to make it work because it's all about the connections and like the flaws a lot of these characters have, and they focus more that like on like a street level type of thing, rather than it just being over the top or this person's perfect. Like they really focus on the flaws of the characters, and it makes them more relatable. This comic looks good. Will you go for it? Oh, I'm for sure going for this comic, and I'll definitely be grabbing a few in the secondary if I can. SR looks great. I love the way the SR looks. I wonder why Marvel canceled the Gambit movie years ago. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they did that. I remember kind of hearing about it some time ago, but not recently. Are you looking at Cryptoids? Not really, to be honest. It seems like a cool project, but there's seems to be like an insane amount of mints, and like the utility is kind of cool. You can jump around and all that stuff. Like I haven't done too much research. I got nothing against it. It's just I'm not trying to get involved with like 7 different platforms. I don't know. There's so many other things where it's like, all right, there's like Veve, and then HRO, and then DC Palm, and then there's like a kid called Beast, and then there's Cryptoids, and then there's I don't know. There's been at least like 2 other projects that like I kind of thought about getting in or getting started, and I'm just like, bro, there's just like too many. So I kind of just had to narrow it down where it's like, all right, it's like Veve, DC Palm, and unless this like other platform is doing some like really crazy stuff that I really like with an IP I enjoy, and all that, and it's like, all right, maybe, but as of right now, I'm just doing those 2. Veve should drop the Death Note notebook. Let's go, dude. I agree. Which reminds me, what's the Necronomicon going for now? It's going for 39 gems. I have to scoop this up. I think I even told myself if this thing goes below 40, I might scoop it. I mean, there's a 3-digit for 40 gems. It's right there. Just a heads up. But yeah, I actually really like I just like the lore of the book in general and how it's used in a lot of fantasy genres. And I do like it. And it's also animated too. Remember, like it opens up and does all this stuff. How do I? Let's see. All right, after this, then I need to get off. And give the utility to burn collectibles, yeah. You should apply for their ambassadorship. I guarantee you get it. I don't know. I haven't really been active. I mean, if you guys have noticed, I mean, I've been really MIA and busy with work the last like 9-10 months. Hasn't been until recently to where I'm like, all right, I'm kind of getting a grasp of things. Things are slowing down. But yeah, this is the book. I mean, it looks decent. It's animated. Also, the whole what's it called? Chaosium IP, like they're done. Like they're not doing any more of this stuff. So that's kind of cool. Have to click the back of this book. What's going on? It's pretty cool. All right. It's chill. Okay. I have nothing against the people over there. It looks like a cool project and all that stuff, but it's just at this point, I do want to invest more in just NFTs and all that kind of stuff, but it's like if I'm going to put more money into a project, like I really need to enjoy it. And that's another one, actually, the whole Warner Brothers thing. Like I'm trying to cash out, to be honest, at this point. Like I like the Superman thing, but like I knew that was going to just be like, all right, I need to get in, either buy very early or get like a very specific mint number, sell it quickly. Cause like, dude, that platform is just dead. I wouldn't say it's dead, but when you have like 1 to 2 transactions at most a day, like that's not a lot of activity. And I remember before the Superman drop happened, I mean, you were getting 1 to 2 transactions a week, people actually buying and selling on the platform. So it's like, this is really slowed down. And so far, I mean, they've done a drop once every 4 months, which is okay. I probably could use like a platform that's much more slow burning, but like there's no utility. They haven't done anything with the old Lord of the Rings drop, so I'm kind of over it at this point. Like I'd rather put all my money into either Veve or Omi at this point. F.A. Baron Zemo as Citizen 5 from Thunderbolts would be done correctly. He's missing from the new Thunderbolts team. Honestly, I don't know what any of that is that you just described, and I'm probably dating myself. Baron Zemo. He looks cool. Baron Zemo, a Citizen. I don't know who that is, but he looks like a cool character. Fury, what's up, dude? I'm actually about to head off right now, so in about a couple minutes, I'm gonna be jumping off the stream and being done because I wanted to keep this one relatively short. But I never heard of Baron Zemo. Where'd you hear about that name, or who's involved with that? The Thunderbolts. Oh, the Thunderbolts movie. Yeah, I did not know this was even a movie. Or if this is gonna be a movie. Okay, this is gonna be a movie. Yeah. Honestly, I've not been keeping up with all the Marvel stuff. It's just been kind of a lot of I feel like a lot of quantity over quality, it seems. And it also feels like most of these shows that I watch, it's usually just to kind of set up for another character for another show. But really you only needed to watch about 10 or 15 minutes of like a handful of episodes to kind of like get the picture of like what's going on. I don't know, it just seems like a lot of the Marvel stuff is just a ton of just deferred enjoyment, or just like it's like, all right, the show's not going to be great now, or like the show is okay, but hey, we're teasing this other thing that's going to be even better, and then we're going to tease this other thing that's going to be a bit. It's like it's never just, at least in my experience, it's never been like a great show that's super compelling and a lot of interesting stuff happening like right away. It's always just like, wait till the next show, wait till the next show, wait till the next show, wait till this next thing, wait till we finally release Secret Wars or whatever it is, 3 years from now, or I mean, it should be here in the near future. But that's just been my take on it. Let's see. Should I buy Pop Life? I only have 100 gems to spend. I wish it was 100, 110. It's up to you. And quite frankly, obviously it's not financial advice, but everyone has their own shtick. If you ask literally 10 different people what you should do with 10 gems, everyone's going to say something different. So take that with a grain of salt. I mean, personally, if I had 100 gems and like that's literally it, like I would just hold it. I mean, at any point the last like 2 years, if you have gems on hand, like you're just in a very good position to get what you want. But we'll see. Yeah, buy something to stack. Yeah, if you can get some newer stuff that is going to do well, like I really think this whole Chris Claremont like X-Men one right here, I think people are going to sleep on it. I don't know how much. I'm not saying this the common is going to go up to like $15 or anything like that, but it wouldn't surprise me if the common like actually like initially a lot of people are going to floor it for like 2 or 3 gems, and this one like could approach retail. Like I could get like 5-6 gems, and it's like cool. Now I'm just like buying for 2 and 3, selling for 5. Okay, now I'm making like a gem and a half profit. I mean, depend. I mean, that's a lot of work for a gem and a half, 2 gem profit. But if enough people are buying and there's a lot of low mints, it is what it is. Thanks for the info. I'd go for drops and pray Veve and pray to the Veve gods. That too. Yeah, that too. Yeah, you maybe go for this Red Hulk drop. Hopefully you get like a good mint number, or maybe it stays above retail. You can flip that. You wait for the next Hulk drop with 1,101 mints. You hope you land that, and then you can flip that. I mean, unless you really like Hulk, but you could do that. Yeah, if it's your last $100, wait for sure drops. I would agree with that. Half-Life would lock your gems up for a while, as well as you could get 5 quality UR comics and sell on the way up. Yep, that's a good suggestion. But all right, guys, been on stream for about an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Very glad you can help out. G Money, Fun Under the Sun, Pro Ecomi, G Money, Wonton Mon. I'm getting better at saying that name. And then Jeff, How to Brain. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and hope you guys have a good one.